September the 18th, 1899, the murder of a marshal. Hey everybody, this is Russ from Family Tree Nuts, and we're in Stamping Ground, Kentucky, in Scott County, and I'm here with a special guest. Do you want to tell them who you are?
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Keith Murphy. I'm mayor of Stamping Ground. Happy to take part in Family Tree Nuts this afternoon. If you haven't followed the series, you owe it to yourself to do that. Russ goes to a lot of interesting places throughout the Commonwealth. He's done a fantastic backlog of his own family's genealogy, and he's begun to actually reach out and cover a lot of other great points of historic interest. And we're happy to bring Stamping Ground into the Family Tree Nuts fold today.
Awesome, thanks. So we're in front of this big building right here. What is this?
This is the second jail that was built, constructed around 1890.
1890, it's 130 years ago. And we've got some shots that we're showing you the inside there. I think it said it had 2 cells, just like Mayberry.
Yep, got room for 2 cells in there. We only found evidence of 1 restroom.
Oh yeah, yeah, we can see that today,
it's a standalone, right? Yeah, it's a standalone facility, as it were.
And you have a couple other props, I think, in there with some stocks and some.
As you're looking at the picture, we promise you the electric chair was never in service at Stamping Ground. Neither were the stocks.
Yeah, I don't know, they might have been, but the building, like I say, was built in 1890, and it has survived 3 major tragedies. What were they?
You had 2 fires that completely decimated most of Stamping Ground in 1916, 1925, and of course the April 3rd, 1974 tornado, which obliterated most of the structures here all the way around us.
You were in Stamping Ground during that time, right? Were you the mayor then in 74?
No. But not.
Well, that's pretty cool. And it also was the jail used by a marshal, Marshal Charles Duke. And 1899, you want to tell the story, what happened there?
Sure will. September 18th started out as an ordinary day for Marshal Duke. The end of that day, this was also on court day, which as routine still takes place, but just as a holiday, if you will. Court day by itself was the one day because of our circuit court system, judges would have to go to on a specific day in order to make it. It's not like today; they had to get there by stage or horseback. So, on a particular day, it was a big time for everybody. So a lot of revelry would also occur on court days as well. So on this particular court day, a gentleman by the name of Tom Southworth and his son Luther were coming back to Owen County, coming through town here, passing over the creek here at Locust Fork, and Tom begins to yell for the marshal. The marshal's home eating dinner.
Come on out here, get out here.
Tells him to come out and tries to get him to quiet down. Southworth pulls a gun. Marshal pulls his, and they begin to exchange fire, and in seconds it's all over, and no shots were fired from Southworth's gun. The marshal got off 5 shots. 1 landed in Southworth's right side and another just behind his right ear. But another second or 2 passes, another shot rings out, and the marshal is struck mortally wounded.
Who shot him?
We do not know. To this day, it actually is one of Kentucky's unsolved mysteries. Made national headlines back when the news first came out, made it all the way to the New York Times.
Wow. Yeah, that's incredible. It's at New York Times. It was a big popular story. I mean, we've seen Gunsmoke, kind of thing. They pull and he pull. And you said his son was actually tried for the crime.
Luther was tried and found not guilty for this. Marshal Duke is interred spread street here behind the Baptist Church in their cemetery.
Wow, we've got some shots of that here. So that's a fallen officer, and I guess there's a Marshal Duke fund now, I think, that was with some local businesses have donated money and such.
There's a fund that just to my immediate right here is the historical marker that commemorates Marshal Duke and also commemorates the construction of the jail and also the adjoining original firehouse, which contains 1938 fire truck, which is still operational to this day.
Yeah, and it's parked right in the shed right there, or not the shed, but the bay, I guess, right there that's there. So, well, that's a pretty neat story, that an unsolved Kentucky mystery, an unsolved national mystery of a fallen officer, and pretty wild story kind of thing. So they never did find who killed him. So here we are at the site of the 1890s jail here at Stamping Ground, Kentucky, and the place of operation of Marshal Charles Duke that was murdered in 1899. And remember, Family Tree Nuts, let our nuts find the nuts in your family tree.